Hello everyone, today I'll be talking about some of the upcoming changes and new implementations in Wrath of the Lich King compared to Burning Crusade. But yeah, enough with the intro, enjoy the video and let's jump right into the first topic. The Barber Shop will most likely be introduced in the pre-patch, else it's certain it will be introduced in Wrath of the Lich King. You can find the Barber Shop in for example Dalaran City, but also Stormwind City and Orgrimmar. You will be able to change your hairstyle, hair color, for Night Elf also markings, and for other classes for example earrings. But mainly it's going to be the hairstyle and hair color. The achievement system will also be an important thing in Wrath of the Lich King. This is introduced in the pre-patch, but this will allow you to link achievements. For example, if you sign up for a group, then you can link an achievement if you have already done the dungeon or raid. An important thing to know about the achievement system in Wrath of the Lich King is that it's character specific. So when you log on to a new character, you will not have the same achievements any longer. A lot of new mounts will also be obtainable. You will for example be able to buy this mammoth in Dalaran City. It's very pricey, but it's also amazing. When you use this mount, you will not only get a new mount, but also an achievement. The reason why this mount is so expensive is because when you summon it, it will also have two windows. At these you can sell, but one of them will even allow you to repair your items. Another cool feature is that you can kick the windows and instead carry friends. You can carry up to 2 other players. If that mount is expensive, but you would like to carry your friends, then you could always try to obtain another mammoth. You can obtain this mount inside the raid Vault of Vargaran, which is located in Wintergrasp, the new PvP zone in Wrath of the Lich King. The only bad thing about this mount is that it can't carry any windows. The last passenger mount that I would like to highlight is this chopper. It's crafted by engineers and usually costs around 15k. You can carry up to one friend when you use this, an amazing looking mount and really fun to use. Another amazing change to mounts is that you no longer need to carry them in your bags, so you don't need to use any inventory space. There will be a new tab where you can keep all your mounts, just like this. When you obtain a mount, it will not be shared with any of your other characters on that account. You will also be able to summon your mount a lot faster. In TPC it's 3 seconds, in Wrath of the Lich King 1.5 seconds. Usually you would also dismount when you hit the water. This is not the case in this expansion. Leveling your cooking will be important. You will be able to craft a fish feast, an item that you can place on the ground for anyone in your party or raid group to use. A common thing you'll most likely also see is people summoning a lot of these in a raid group, just to troll other people. You might even see people use these just to craft different kind of words to the rest of the community. When your main character has got to level 80, then you could start doing heroics and raids and get the emblems of heroism. These you can use at this winter to buy different Heirloom Gear. This is a new type of gear that you can send to other characters on your account. These items are also known as leveling items because some of them will provide increased experience when you equip them. Another cool thing is that when you level up, the stats will also increase. So if they provided a bit of damage, intellect or something else, that stat will also increase as you level up. Head to a mailbox when you have purchased these and send them to your alt. Find a nearby mailbox on your alt character to equip these items. Once you have done this, you're also ready to start leveling. When you reach level 15, a new feature will most likely unlock. This depends if Blizzard decide to include this at the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King. It's Dungeon Finder, and this allows you to sign up for a specific and even a random dungeon. When you sign up for a random dungeon, and if you complete it, then you will get a bag with a blue item, but also some experience. You can also sign up for a specific dungeon, but this won't allow you to get these rewards. You will be able to sign up as DPS, healer or tank. And if your class can do more than one of these roles, then you will also be able to sign up for 2 or even 3 roles at the same time. This will also make you able to get into dungeons a lot faster. You might also enjoy questing when you're leveling. In Wrath of the Lich King, there will now be a quest helper by default, so you no longer need to install an add-on in order to track where you have to go for the different quests. Before I move on to the next topic, then I would like to know how much gold you have prepared for Wrath of the Lich King. Do you plan to buy epic items right away, maybe one of the new mounts or something else? Let me know in a comment below the video. A new class will also be playable. It's the Death Knight, But in order to create one of these characters, you will need a level 55 character on your account. So you need to level another character before you will be able to create a Death Knight. If you're wondering what this class will be able to do, then you can DPS as two different specializations, one using two one-hand weapons and the other one a two-hand weapon. You will also be able to tank, and Death Knights is amazing tanks in Wrath of the Lich King. If you plan to tank, then you will mainly be using a two-hand weapon. One race that will see a significant change is human racial. Humans will by default get every man for himself, a spell that you can use to break out of any kind of CC. This skill only has 2 minutes cooldown. It works as a PvP trinket, so amazing in PvP, but also some PvE situations. Talking about PvP, then there will also be a huge open world zone for this in Wrath of the Lich King. The zone is called Wintergrasp, and almost every 2 hours there will be a new fight for this base. If your faction wins, then you will also be able to do a raid for the next couple of hours. The raid is called WOTLK Vargaran, and what's amazing about this raid, and also a new feature, is that you will be able to collect PvE, but also PvP items inside this raid. Talking about raids, all raids will now be doable on 10 but also 25 men, and they don't share logout, so if you do it on 10 men, you could always do it on 25 men. 25 man raids do however drop more items, and the loot is also slightly better. This is the loot from a 25 man kill. Now it's no longer hateful epic items that you get for PvP, it's deadly. And instead of tier 7 items, it's tier 7.5 items, so equal to 25 man next Rammer's loot. In the later phases, you will also be able to change the difficulty into heroic mode. On heroic mode, all the loot will also be better. In WOTLK Vargaran, you won't be able to change it into heroic mode, but as we progress into the other phases, new bosses will also be added, and these will for example drop tier 8, 9 and 10 loot, but also new PvP items. In Burning Crusade, you were able to downrank your spell. This would allow you to cast the same spell with less mana, but also less damage or healing. You can still downrank your spells in Wrath of the Lich King, but it's not worth it any longer. All spells, no matter what skill level, will require the same kind of mana at level 80, so there's no reason to downrank. A change has also happened to stats. For example, for casters, healers and DPS will now use spell power. In Burning Crusade, this was plus healing or plus spell damage, so now both of them share the same stat. Here's a comparison of the same staff, the Staff of Sundorai. In Burning Crusade, it grants a lot of healing, so this is a healer staff. In Wrath of the Lich King, it's now spell power, so this will even be useful for a spellcaster. One of the features that I like most about Wrath of the Lich King is definitely dual specialization or dual talent. The price for dual specialization is 1000 gold, but then you will always forever have 2 different talent trees. You could always go to the trainer to unlearn one of these, but this will cost a bit of gold. This is especially useful in raids if the raid group all of a sudden doesn't need you to heal, but DPS instead, or the other way around. Professions will also see a huge change, and a new profession will even be added into the game. This is Inscription. When you reach high level, you will also be able to craft your own shoulder enchants, and these are even better compared to what you will be able to get from other places in Wrath of the Lich King. These are however bind on pickup, so you will only be able to enchant your own shoulders. What they're probably most known for are glyphs. These are things that you can add into your character's spell or well to the glyph book. This will allow you to customize your spells and make your character be a bit different compared to everyone else. As you level up your character, you will be able to equip more glyphs. At level 75 or higher, you can equip all 6 glyphs. You can have a total of 3 minor and 3 major glyphs. Another new item that you can craft with Inscription is these vellums. There's an armor and weapon vellum. This will allow enchanters to use an enchant on this item and turn it into a scroll with an enchant. So now enchanters will finally be able to sell their enchants when they're offline, for example through the auction house. Yet another PvP change is Gladiator Tabard. There's going to be one for Season 6, 7 and 8. So Furious Gladiator in Season 6, Relentless Gladiator in Season 7 and Wrathful Gladiator Tabard in Season 8. So which of these changes are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in a comment below the video. A lot of people have recently started to subscribe but also watch my videos. This is a huge motivation and I would like to thank everyone for this. By helping me this way, you simply increase the amount of hours that I can put into this, which is of course amazing when I enjoy this passion. As always, thank you for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.